I look ridiculous. Let me share the link and then I'll stop looking ridiculous, okay? Hang on. Okay. And share and copy link. Here we go. I got caught up in work and then I got caught up in my shower because it felt really good having the hot water bathe you. All right, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, sure, Naomi, you got out of the shower, your hair's in that ridiculous towel, and I bet you don't even have a comb anywhere near you because you always forget. And haha, I remembered today. In fact, it made me an additional minute late because I went to go start the live, and then I was like, I should grab a comb. Good morning. So, but yesterday I spent like 2 hours trying to put together a resume so I could go find a new day job because I need a day job with insurance for my kids. Like this merry-go-round with their father is just, it's too much anxiety for me. I just can't do it. Look, nice bald spot forming. So can I hide that? That meant this morning I had to wrap up certain things for certain clients that I hadn't done yesterday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But I remembered my comb this morning. Yay. It'll be okay. Yeah, I know. It's just in the meantime. It's just in the meantime. Not at the moment. I'm not able to do state. It's available, but until I'm in that weird position. Good morning, Kathy. I'm in that weird position where I make just a little bit too much to qualify for the state insurance. But after this client, pays their last invoice, that's no longer going to be the case because they will no longer be on my roster. So I'm in that weird position where if I find more clients and or get a day job with insurance, I'm not eligible. But as of this moment, I make too much. It's ridiculous. Hello, hello. How are you, Sarah? Oh, and look. Oh, you can't see. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can't move this over just enough for you to be able to see. For Alex specifically to be able to see. Kinda. Do you see what I'm making, Alex? Can you tell what that is? Fine, I'm back. I'm sorry. Are you still not feeling well? I'm sorry. Oh, you can't, and you can't even tell what it is. Okay. I'm making the quick start guide to Voxer so that I can finally get that going. Did you send me your email address, by the way? I need that too. I don't remember if I asked you for it. Been crying all morning. Lost a legend, creator of Dragon Ball. His death impacted me. He was one of my heroes. Biggest reasons why I got into making manga art. Oh, Kathy, I am so sorry. Today is just a all-around sad day. Seisha needs extra loves, by the way, inside the Discord. She probably won't see it until over the weekend, but she's going to need a lot of extra lovin's too. I didn't ask you for your email? I thought I did. Okay. When I'm not doing this anymore, can you please send me your email so I can try the thing? Who does? Seisha. I doubt she's going to be here today. She's usually here, but I doubt she's going to be here today. She had to, her puppy, Holly, has been very sick for a very long time. And a couple of days ago, completely stopped eating even cheese, like completely just stopped eating. So they made the decision yesterday to try to get an appointment for Holly to make her more comfortable. And that appointment is going to be today. Yeah. So she's going to need extra lovin's today too. It's a sad day. Yeah. So I don't think she's probably not going to be here today. She's probably not going to come in today. I would be really surprised if she did. I already messaged her and sent her a bunch of lovin's just privately, but she'll probably not be online at all today. The creator of the Backyardigans too? Oh my goodness. I loved the Backyardigans more than Christopher ever did though. Piper liked the songs. You were talking to her on TikTok? Maybe she will be online. I'm already covered in cat hair. Jeez, crow. Friday feels like Monday. That's not right, right? It does feel kind of like a Monday. Except for my kids. Today they got up and they got ready because they knew it was Friday. They're like, we do this thing here. We have countdown days to everything. And we celebrate all of them. So Friday is always last day. When we start waking up, we're singing last day because it's the last day of the week, and then they get the weekends. Someone told me you have to claim your story on ACX before someone else does and makes an audiobook using your story. And there's nothing you can do about it. Someone told me you have to claim your story on ACX before someone else can claim your story on ACX. Hang on. Yeah. According to Narrator's Roadmap, someone who doesn't own the audio rights may claim a book on ACX and try to create an audio book illegally. So, and then someone else, MK Williams, talked about it on YouTube 2 years ago. She talked about it on YouTube. Well, it says 1 year ago. 1 year ago, but date here said December 2022. So yeah, 1 year. I forget. December's like 3 months ago. So yeah, apparently go to ACX and look for your book and make sure you claim it no matter what your audiobook strategy is so that someone else can't try to make a book. However, it does say that it would be illegal for them to do so, but we all know that these people don't really care about legality. Now, if there's nothing you can do about it, I would, since it's illegal for them to do it, I would think there was something you could do about it. But it probably costs money and access. So it's something that probably, because like if Oprah Winfrey put out a book and then someone tried to claim her book on ACX and tried to illegally make an audiobook out of it, you can bet Oprah has the resources to be able to put a stop to it and take her rights back. But the average indie author without a lot of money, maybe not. I don't know. So I feel like I need 3 cups of coffee all at once. Good morning, Sabrina. How are you? You feel that? I need to be sucking down 3 cups of coffee now, please. Thank you for looking into that and clarifying. You are very welcome. It's that kind of a day, yeah? Trying to decide if I have the energy for a shower. Solar powered, I need the sunlight so I can function. Been gray too long outside. I thought you meant like physically, like do you have the energy for a shower? Not so much that like literal energy in your solar powered shower. But I feel it both ways. I'm a firecracker. Coffee is staying in my blood. So I realized that I can't do rom-coms, so my 7 Deadly Sins series is going to be a dark romance. You can't do rom-com? Does that mean, what do you mean you can't do rom-com? Do you mean like that is, you're not allowed? Like someone has told you no? Because it would be spurting off too many other book ideas? Or like you tried and yet you just can't make it work? Had to reset your mind. Oh, Sabrina, you never owe me an apology for that. I'm glad you were able to reset your mind and come back. Your brain cannot compute rom-com. Gotcha. I gotcha. Or you can't do the slapstick, right? Is it the rom that you can't do, or is it the com? How are you? I'm doing great. How are you? Solar powered, or I'm lizard and need sunlight. I totally get it. The calm you struggle with? Okay, Alex. Hello, hello, how are you? You're new? Welcome. You're so pretty. Well, thank you. You're just too dark in your spicy soul. It's all the black pepper. Your rom-coms turn things dark too. I'm just not funny enough for the comedy. Now, I don't even know what to tell you. If your rom-coms turn dark, I apologize. Keep trying. If you want a rom-com, I believe in your ability to do it. Or your ability to hire an editor and be like, hi, so take this dark romance and please turn it into a sweet rom-com. Okay, thanks. Like, let them do the hard work. I originally wanted to do a rom-com with my story, but I stuck at comedy. So dark humor is funny. It is for the people, you like me, thank you. It is for the people who like dark humor, yeah. It's kind of down because none of my alpha readers hadn't given me any feedback. I do check on them, but it's been like 4 months now. Oh, that's rough. And not one of them has given you any kind of feedback, like at all. You know what? At this point, Sabrina, do you have anyone on your list for beta readers that you have not sent your book to? Like, I don't know how many copies of your book sent out, but is there, presuming that you went through like an application process or something, is there anyone who applied or volunteered to be a beta reader that you didn't send it to? Your hamster died. I am very, very sorry. Send a survey. I'm sorry my hamster died. I'm sorry. They like how chapter 1 is structured or the characters. Okay. So they've given you a little bit of feedback, but not a lot yet. And now you're depressed. Today has been a day. We've got like 4 or 5 unalivings happening today throughout the community, at least. I sent out to 5 people who volunteered, and you ran out of people. Okay. So in that case, I would. Are they in the Discord, or are they separate from the Discord? That's another question before I tell you what I would do. Is dark rom-com a thing? Probably. Trying to think. Dark rom-com. I don't think it's called dark rom-com, but I think it's a thing. Most are still on chapter 2. Read chapter 1 is stopped. Separate. Okay. Go into the Discord, Sabrina. See if you can't find some alpha readers / beta readers in there. Okay. That's first. See if you get at least 2 or 3 people from the Discord server who will say they'll do it. As soon as you have 2 or 3 people who say they will do it, go back to your old beta readers and just say something along the lines of, thank you so much for volunteering to read and for spending the time that you've already spent. Because of my own schedule, I have to move forward with another beta reader. So if you're not able to finish this and give them a deadline, if you're not able to finish this by next week, I'm going to remove your access so I can give it to another beta reader, right? And in the meantime, just start another one. Just start with whomever from the server. It sounds mean when you're not a pushy person, but it's not mean. They've had it for 4 months, and you need the feedback so you can move forward. You're stuck until they get back to you. So it's not mean to give them a deadline at this point. You've allowed them to sit and take their time, but now you need to move. Ooh, dark rom-com. Dark rom-coms are a thing, kind of rare these days, more common in some old movies from the cringe sci-fi era of the 50s and 60s. Addams Family! In my mind, I was thinking Wednesday, but yeah, Addams Family probably would be considered dark rom-com. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Pepper. Do you have favorite software for writing? Google Docs, PowerPoint, etc. Hello, good morning. Okay, so yes to all of those. I love Google Docs. One thing to keep in mind, Microsoft Word is still industry standard. So as you're sending your document off to editors, literary agents, publishing houses, etc., they will all use Microsoft Word. So if you are not using Microsoft Word, you want to make sure that whatever it is that you are using, it can at least be opened up in Microsoft Word. Beyond that, Scrivener is nice because I like how you can organize everything into different, basically, slides on the side that you can move things around on and stuff. I love that interface. For the past 2 years, though, I've been using, 2 years or 3? It doesn't matter. I was using Scrivener almost exclusively up until 2 or 3 years ago when I moved to Google Docs. The reason I moved to Google Docs is because of the mobility, because I can work on it on my computer, pause, grab my phone, open it up, and continue working without like having to send it to myself or re-download it or anything like that. And then when I'm done with whatever I'm doing that made me go mobile, I can come back to my desk and put down my phone and continue working again without uploading, sharing, downloading, or any of that. So that's why I've been on Google Docs lately. All that said, though, your favorite is going to be fine. Whatever you like is going to be fine. Just make sure that it suits your needs. Cute and evil, so me. Ow. Hungry for feedback. I am reviewing while editing part 2, but need more eyes. Yeah. Does query letter still work to get published? So for fiction, yes. Hold on, I gotta move the cat. Stop it. Okay, for fiction, yes, you want a query letter, and you want to make sure that you are tailoring your query letter to the agent you're trying to send it to. And the old formatting doesn't really work anymore. They need shorter, more to the point, less nice at the top. Like, lean in on basically like, hi, I want you to be my agent because this is the story. This is what I know about the market. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for considering this query letter. My name is so-and-so. Here is my experience and all the reasons why I am the best person for this book. Like, so many authors, because we're nice, they start off going, hi, my name is Naomi, and I've been a ghostwriter for the past 20 years. I have helped people write and publish their books. They don't care about any of that. They care about the story. So get them to the story first, and then do all the nice stuff after, at the bottom. So that's one thing. And then for fiction, my chair just broke. For nonfiction, I'm glad I got a new one. This one was already on its way out. For nonfiction books, you want, it's just the handle, by the way. It's not like my butt broke the bottom. For nonfiction books, you want to write a whole book proposal, not necessarily just a query letter. So a query letter gets the agent interested enough that they want to learn more about your book, and then they ask you for whatever. They might ask you for a full manuscript. So that's what you send them. Nonfiction sells off the book proposal. So if you're going for an agent in nonfiction, you're sending them a whole book proposal. That book proposal itself is going to be between 60 and 80 pages. And it has to include everything about you, everything about the market, what you know about what the sales could be, your author platform, like the whole 9 yards, plus usually the first 50 or 60 pages, potential pages of your book, not finished. So because it's a proposal. And then you send that, and then that's what sells the book, and then you go back and you finish it. Hungry for feedback, reviewed, editing part 2. Alex is going to get another idea now, right? Hello. Thanks for answering that. I'm trying to find something to write my first book on. Nice. No, Kat, no, I don't want you up here at the moment, please. No. Missy, it's set in fantasy, main plot, Dracos. From there, you follow 2MC. I make my hubby read my books, and he gives feedback, but I also tell him to be tactful or I'll cry. Hello, Sasha. How was your day today? Going to get another idea about what? Because they're all talking about Adam's family. And because every time we talk about anything, you get an idea. You're like, ooh, I can turn that into a book. All right, now I gotta find that. Oh, the cat took off with the screw, I think, because I don't see it. She did go running. All right. Russia and USA are friendship in space. They do get along in space, don't they? It's like once they come down to ground level that everything goes wrong. I was already working on the series. I have had this idea for ages, and you gave it to me last year. It is the rom-com 7 Deadly Sins and 7 Virtues. I'm 2 books in, and it's not light and funny. That's okay. Oh no, Sasha. Get idea plunging sinks and thinking about scrambled eggs. Yesterday, Sasha wasn't very nice. Oh, did I miss something? Okay, well, I trust you. But you need critique. Yeah, beta is not always the best one for critique. Because a lot of times they're not editors. That's why beta reading comes near the end. They're almost never editors. Alpha readers, yeah, you need the critique. They need to, yeah. Had to step away to freshen up, eating gelato to feel better. Well, you missed bringing us all gelato, for one thing. Just saying. Help me move forward. Yeah, now you need to tell them in no uncertain terms that, like, hey, thank you so much for all of the time and effort you've spent so far. As I said before, I need to move forward with this book. So, you know, if you can no longer fit within this timeline, I'm gonna move forward with other alpha readers. Gelato is awesome. I want bean juice, but hubby has the car and I'm out of my stash. Oh no! Scared to be an alpha again because I'm always worried I'm going to hurt someone's feelings. Missy, being an alpha reader is the time to hurt someone's feelings. Okay, I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying like you got to write them back and be like, excuse me, who do you think you are trying to be an author when you can't even figure out your own comma situation? Like, I'm not saying you got to be rude, but it is the time. It is exactly the time to not worry about hurting their feelings, because what you are worried about is, will they get their book out? And will that book do well? So it's a perfect time to be like, look, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but you need to rewrite this part because this part is not flowing and I'm confused. Is Discord best for beta readers? I don't know. We have a good bit. Alex is, I think, one of the most prolific alpha and beta readers we have. Like, she reads everyone's stuff. So it's not a bad place to look, but it's still such a small server that depending on how many you need, it may not be the best place to find all of them. Need honest feedback to move the story forward. Yeah. But they never get back to me, so I think I've upset them. Oh, that's on the author then. That's not on you. Alex is over here like, I have gotten back to you. Who the heck tells someone to stop going live? I don't care. That person. I've been going live now on and off for what? 4 years almost, right? Is that right? At least 3 years, but I think closer to 4. 20, well, no, hang on. I moved out here in 2020. No, 3 years, maybe 3.5. Some weird drive-by hater is not going to stop me now. Alex reads everything, and I don't know how she does that as well as writes a library's worth of books. Rude people that say not to be rude after, right? We love you going live, Naomi. Aw, thank you, Kathy. I write notes while I read, but I also print it out and write it out on it and scan it back and send it in. But I use purple ink, less aggressive. Purple does sound less aggressive, but I also hate purple, so I don't know which. I probably use blue. Alex doesn't know how Alex does it. Very true. I think that goes on one of your next shirts, Alex. Going to hire Alex. I'm trying to get this writing in. And you're back. You will not be deterred, will you? All right, come here. Hang on. I just want you to say hi. Okay. Well, I was gonna, can you go that way? Just to say hi? Right. What does it matter? Join the sprints. Yeah, definitely join the sprints. I'm going to make a shirt that says, I don't know, ask Alex. Perfect. And then Alex can have a shirt that says, Alex doesn't know either. Red ink is just mean English teacher's fault, and I write stuff in blue, so it has to be different. Oh, so that's why the purple. What about green? I don't know about green. Orange is hard to read, I think. So yeah, purple probably works. Now, see, now you're just being mean. What are you doing? Canva designing a new shirt. Why is that a bad thing? I need to be editing Space Indie too. Okay, so put Canva away, go edit for an hour, and then your reward can be designing the new shirt in Canva. Green ink, hard to find in the right shade. That's true. Green has to be like the right shade for whatever the project is. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It sounds wrong. Why do you think you're getting my coffee? Fluff on caffeine, right? No one needs to see the floof on caffeine. Nobody. I haven't taken a day off in over 2 weeks. I'm starting to feel it. Yeah. I think I don't think I've had like a full day off in like 7 years. In fact, even when I moved from New Mexico to Illinois, even then I had like given plenty of notice that I was going to be offline during these days. And even then, because my client, yes, the toxic one, was so panicked because she decided to schedule a launch right in the middle of the move, I was still trying to like use my phone as a hotspot so that I could use my laptop to check into work even during the drive. 20K words in 6 days. That's not bad at all. Back cover blurb. Traditional plot driven or sales driven? Both. Can it be both? I think it needs to be both. Because you got to understand, if someone picks up a book, I just kicked my phone, sorry. When someone picks up a book, actually, let me, yes. Okay. I just dropped a smiley. When someone picks up a book, right? The first thing they're going to see is they're going to see the cover and the title probably at the same time. Jury's out on whether or not people will see the... Jesus! Are you done? Blue has been very loud lately. Anyway, okay. Jury is out on whether or not people will see the art of the book cover or the... What the hell was that? Oh. Blue. This is Blue. Y'all watch Jurassic Park? This is Blue. And every once in a while, for whatever reason that I cannot figure out, Blue just starts yelling at me. Anyway, it's my fault, really. Okay. I have a beast. I do have a beast. Anyway, so Jury is out. It scared you too. I apologize. I'm so sorry. So Jury's still out on whether or not people see the art or the title first. But we know that they see them like within a split second of each other. So that's the first thing. And then imagine you're in a bookstore and you see the book cover. So that's going to be one of the first things. The job of that book cover is to get them to pick up the book off the shelf and read the back cover. That's the whole job. The front cover sells the back cover. It doesn't sell the book. It sells the back cover. Then most people, and again, this is just tendencies. Don't come at me and say, actually, I never do that, because great, then you don't follow the crowd. But we're talking most people when it comes to buying books. We are not talking about every single individual. So they see the book cover sells them on the back cover. And they pick it up, they flip it over, they read the back cover. The whole job of the back cover is to get them to flip to the front of the book. Most people will go from there to flipping through, and they will, first off, look at the formatting in a glimpse kind of way. They're not reading at this point. They're looking at the formatting and they're going, is this the type of book that I can read? And they usually make that decision based on the size of the font, how much white space is around, whether or not there are illustrations, things along those lines. They're looking to see, is it super tiny font that they don't like to read? Is it good sized font for them? Is it too big? Does it make it look a little bit more like a children's book? So on and so forth. So they flip through until they get to the table of contents and or the introduction. Either one. If they find this one doesn't have a table of contents. Okay. If they find the table of contents and they start looking through, the table of contents is there to sell chapter 1. If they don't have a table of contents, like this book, then they flip to chapter 1, either the preface or chapter 1 or the introduction, whatever is, or the prologue, whatever is at the beginning of the book. And what they're doing there is they start reading to see if it pulls them in. It had been a bitterly cold and blustery winter, and the Scottish borders had been hit repeatedly with wild, snowy blizzards, leaving in their wake a white, wintry world. As Louise stepped out of her old, battered car, she was hit by a wall of freezing air that momentarily took her breath away. So each piece sells on the next piece, and then all together, people make their decisions about whether or not to buy the book. Now, when it comes to online, when it comes to online, it's very similar ish. There's a few key differences, but like for example, if you look at Amazon, the book cover itself has been shrunk down to like this, right? And then the title's really big next to it. So you don't really get a chance to see the art, but you can see the vibe and the colors, but maybe not the details of the art just yet. But then you get the title and the subtitle. Then when you click on those, then you get to see the art, and then you have the blurb, which is the same thing as the back of the book. So you still have the title and kind of the art getting you to click to read the blurb. And then a lot of people use that look inside feature to flip through and see the table of contents, the preface, the prologue, the introduction, and or the first chapter before they make their decision. And that is based on if someone actually needs to make the decision and they haven't like already made this decision before going and looking for it. So whether or not you have like your typical book description back here, or you have sales messages and kind of a salesy blurb back here, doesn't matter. It's going to vary from book to book as long as it gets the job done. As long as once someone gets here, they want to flip through the book to get to the front and see, is this a book I really want to buy? That's the whole job, and you can do it either way. Have you fed the blue recently? Maybe not. Did you know that blue came with meat? I'm not kidding. It came with this little, I say it, I shouldn't say it, she. Clever girl, right? Anyway. All right, come here. She's loud. All right. If you spit it out at me, I'm going to be very upset. So I have a Furby. I thought it was a bird you had that's been quiet every time you went live, but decided to make noise now. No, it's Blue, who has also always just been quiet on my lives, and yet for some reason, twice this morning, decided to just scare the heck out of me. You see the art first. Hello, hello, Dragon. You have some tributes Blue can have. Ah, welcome back. Listened to Brian's back cover blurb workshop yesterday, and I wanted your take on it. I haven't taken his workshop yet. I forgot about it, honestly. It was on my list of stuff to do, and then I forgot. Feel like you're not shopping for books properly. Cover, then back blurb, then flap. Cover catches my eye, then I read the blurb. It's the flipping I don't do, but it makes so much sense now to actually look inside the book. I didn't know Blue came with meat. Yeah, it came. So what did you do today, Missy? I watched Naomi feed a raptor on YouTube. What about you? Gotta feed the dinosaurs. They get angry, right? They do get angry. And then they start yelling at you while you're live. Thank God Blue's the only one that does that. And I didn't even know that Blue could make noise without, because usually you gotta like pull her leg back or open her mouth, and then she makes noise. I had no idea until this morning that she could just start making noise. She's been up there for a few weeks, just, you know, a little bit out of frame because she's over on that side. But she's been up there for a few weeks. You gotta watch the new one. I really like the Jurassic World. I like Jurassic Park. I do. But I really like the Jurassic World trilogy as well. I think I'm in the minority there, though. I see a lot more negative reviews and a lot more hate going toward the Jurassic World series than I do other things. But I like it. Title, back blurb, first page, last page. If it makes me interested, that's when I buy it. Till you take the batteries out and then they're still making noise. Yeah, right. Very true. First one had Bloom. They already had me. Better to be yelled at than eaten. This is true. I'd much rather Blue just yell at me than eat me. Oh, okay. Please say Bismillah. Well, I just did. Probably not correctly, but I did. That was a really sad scene, but I see why they had to include it, but that was really sad. Shared Furby trauma, right? I hadn't cried like that in years. It was so sad. I get it. I totally get it. Like, I understood why they needed to put that scene in. I understood what it did for the plot. But yeah, it was a mean way to do it. They won that plot twist. The writer did too good. Yeah. It was a necessary plot device. It sucked, but it was a necessary plot device. And there really wasn't a good way, alternative way to do it. They needed to have that plot point. And sometimes with certain things, you can arrive at the same plot point without certain things. That's why, like, gratuitous is a thing, right? When you don't need it for the plot point because there are other ways to do it, but you decided to do it that way because you really wanted that scene. There really wasn't another way to do that, though. Is there a such thing as too many plot twists? Yes. We don't need to Littlefoot all the dinosaur movies. There are certain times that, to me, yes, you can go overboard with plot twists. Absolutely. The everybody's in on it type of books / movies / series, I get real sick and tired of them after a while. Like, do you remember that show, was it The Following? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think it's The Following. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. Have you seen that show? Littlefoot's mom broke us all. Yeah. That show, there's a reason why it started off so well and then just plummeted. There's only so many times that you can plot twist his ally is actually in on it before I lose all interest in the entire story. You know what I mean? Other people probably doesn't bother them at all, but for me, it's like, okay, I'm done. And on that happy note, I gotta run. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, asking your questions. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Go get all the words written. Almost messed that up in my mouth. And I will talk to you on Monday, okay?